Very exciting news from the world of entertainment and comedy. 92-year-old Carol Burnett has just announced she is ready to retire. She is going to stop acting. That's right, my friends. It's time to move on to the next big thing in life. She's going to become a Walmart greeter. That is fantastic news, Jesse Peyton.
I love it. She's going to have lipstick in her mustache. Can't wait.
What was the thing? What was your old comedians, Carol Burnett? She's pretty funny.
Yeah, she was funny.
Did you know she was even still alive?
No, I did not know.
Carol Burnett is a stand-up comedian, or she was, and so is Jesse Peyton right now.
That's it.
And you have traveled all over the country. You've been near and far, and now you've decided to stop doing all of that and just focus on your new thing. Reality TV shows about real estate appraisal.
That's it. Hey, yeah, we're working on it. We did do. I'm selling my house, so we're doing some TV stuff for that. Yeah, it's cool.
That's kind of a weird way to sell a house, but but you're Jesse Peyton. That's what you do.
That's it. So yeah, no, it's been good. With my real estate agent Chelsea Boone from Epic Realty has been opening some doors for me. So it's been pretty cool.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
You sold all your cars. People thought you were in trouble.
Yeah, so I made a post and said I needed down payment money for a new house. I'm buying a house that's probably a notch beyond my means, but I needed to come up with some down payment money because, you know, the more you put down, the less you pay in interest on a mortgage and yada, yada, yada. And I'm not doing Trump's 50-year mortgage plan. We're not there yet, but
that does seem like a bad investment.
Terrible.
You're just renting from a bank.
Yeah, and I'm pro-Trump on a lot of policy. That's the one policy I'm vehemently against, though. I don't think we should do 50-year mortgages. Either way, it's neither here nor there.
I'm on jesseisfunny.com right now, and I'm trying to pull up the next big show, and
Scroll down. Keep scrolling.
I don't see
right
it
there.
here. Ah, there it is. Okay, hang on a minute. Let me get this on the screen so everybody can. For those of you watching us streaming on social media, if you're listening to us on the radio right now, nothing we're saying makes any sense because you can't see what we're doing. But February 14th is a Saturday.
That's a Valentine's Day.
So this year, Valentine's Day is on a Saturday. So your wife, your girlfriend, your mistress, your spouse, your lover, your whatever it is you've got in your life.
You got to pick one.
She's going to expect you to go big this year. And we're encouraging you to come out to a very special edition of Couples Therapy in Spring, Texas. And it's all going down at a place called the Community Fieldhouse, the #1 stand-up comedy venue in Spring, Texas. I've only heard good things.
Yeah, well, we're making it a comedy venue. We actually needed a place, Kenny, that held 2,500 people because this is going to be a huge show. Y'all, this is going to be the biggest event in all of the North Houston area on Valentine's Day. Not only are you going to get me and Kenny doing live stand-up relationship comedy for you and your lady, but you're also going to get Jeff Canada performing live music. You're going to get a DJ and dancing afterwards. Dinner comes with every ticket. Kenny, this is perfect for the women, but it's also perfect for the dudes because it's just a one-stop shop. You buy one ticket, $59 for general admission.
That's a good deal.
You get dinner, dancing, comedy, live music. You get the whole night of entertainment in one stop in Spring, Texas.
All right, so Valentine's Day night, Saturday night, people show up for drinks, I'm assuming, at 6 p.m.
6 p.m., the doors open. Come in, hang out early. You know, if you get a babysitter the whole night, do that. They're going to have a cocktail hour while Jeff Canada plays. About 8:30, I think, me and you are going to take the stage and blow it out of the water. So, we're expecting over 1,000 people there. Pre-sales are crazy, y'all. It's been the biggest pre-sale event of my life. So this is going to be huge. It's going to be the place to be for Valentine's Day in Houston, Texas. I guarantee it.
And a chef-prepared multi-course meal.
Yep.
Included with your ticket purchase. Plus a full bar. Obviously, that's sold separately. You buy your drinks.
Yeah, you buy your drinks separately. But where else can you go for $59 and get a live comedy show with me and Kenny Webster? You can get live music, stand-up comedy, plus dinner included. Kenny, this is going to be, we priced it this way to get everybody there. Now, if you do want to splurge and you want to sit front row at a private VIP table with champagne, we do have a platinum VIP package for that includes 2 tickets for 2 people for about $300. So that's available as well. But guys, you can get in the door for this event for extremely cheap. And if you want to ball out, you can do that also. But Valentine's Day is on a Saturday. Y'all, it's going to be a big deal. This is it's going to be the biggest thing in Houston, Texas. I promise you.
The special platinum table for 2 comes with champagne, free meet and greet with the comics. You get a VIP table up front. The VIP admission is $100, $96. That is a smoking deal, dude.
That is a smoking deal. But we did that for the meet and greet. You get to meet me and Kenny for that as well. So y'all know Kenny lifts. So you'll get to see his biceps in person. He might let you poke one.
I've been doing the peptides lately, bro.
How's that going?
Working good.
You look great.
Thank you very much. I feel good. I feel as strong as Donald Trump probably felt today when he was in Davos.
Yes.
At the World Economic Forum. That is where the globalist elite go to suckle on baby blood. Lizard people, shape-shifting Illuminatis, hanging out with the royal. It's a lot like, what's that movie, Eyes Wide Shut? I got to think the orgies at World Economic Forum are probably crazy, Jesse
It's
Peyton.
the white people's freak-off, a.k.a. Diddy's mansion parties.
Yeah, it's probably worse than that, right? I got to think whatever Diddy did looks pretty tame in comparison to what these people do. Trump was there, though, and he was very funny. I think he was a little tired. But in his defense, he had to wake up at 2 a.m. and fly to Sweden.
For anything else, and we could have kept that piece of land, and we didn't. So they have a choice. You can say yes, and we will be very appreciative, or you can say no, and we will remember.
So it's Donald Trump's talking about the possibility of us buying Greenland. People still can't tell if he's trolling them or not, if he's just kidding.
I just love the sentence, you can say yes, and we will be appreciative, or you can say no, and we will remember. What a not so thinly veiled threat that is. I want to use that in my life.
Yeah, it is pretty awesome.
I want to do that on a first date when you lean in for a kiss, and I'm like, hey, before I do this, you can say yes, and I'll be appreciative, or you can say no, and I will never forget.
My concern with Greenland is this. Apparently, it's a bunch of socialists. So let's say we absorb Greenland. We annex Greenland. We don't want to make that into a state. That's two more far-left lawmakers.
Yeah, we already have Minnesota.
Yeah, no kidding. It's true. Donald Trump had some points to be made about the Germans not support Canada, everybody not being real supportive. Well, England particularly, Canada and the UK, not supporting his quest to acquire Greenland. Greenland, I think, is his cheat card.
Yeah.
Is that how it works?
I think so.
And then after the war, which we won it big.
World War II.
Right now, you'd all be speaking German and a little Japanese, perhaps. After the war, we gave Greenland back to Denmark.
Yep.
How stupid were we to do that? But we did it. But we gave it back. But how ungrateful are they now?
I love how Germany is in the room and so is Japan. And he's like, thank God we're not speaking German and Japanese. Am I right? Dude, Trump is so funny. Even if you don't agree, I don't know if we want how I feel about acquiring Greenland. It does seem kind of, it's like renaming the Gulf of Mexico, the Gulf of America. It's not necessarily what I would have done, but it's pretty funny.
It's cool. The weird thing for me is how Democrats just vehemently oppose anything he does.
Right.
Like when he took down, what was the Venezuelan guy's name? Maduro,
yeah.
When he took him down, then they were like, oh, Trump's against Maduro. Free Maduro. We're like, let a serial killer go, let a dictator go. It doesn't matter what he does. They're just adamantly against it. It's wild.
How do you feel about the whole Renee Good thing, Jesse? You've been following
It was
this.
a good thing.
It was a good
I think it was a good lesson. I think there was a good message. It was a good example. Yeah, it's what not to do. It's the FAFO thing, Kenny, and I'm not going to say what that stands for, but people know.
Here's what I don't get about it is this. You're a widow, right? Her husband died or her baby daddy died of cancer, they say. And she has a 6-year-old, 2 other kids. You just dropped off the kid at school. You immediately drive to a protest to go fight federal agents?
Here's what's wild about the whole Democratic ideology of things is they're fighting for the way that things are supposed to be and the way that things should be, maybe fairness, DEI, and all of this crap. But there's a reality of the way that the world really works. And what you don't do is drive your car into the guy with the machine gun.
Right.
That's what you don't do. You know what you should do? You should teach people don't do that. Now, should the guy be there with the machine gun in public doing what he's doing? You can argue that all you want, but don't drive your car into him. That's what you don't do.
It seems pretty obvious to me. I want to keep this conversation going off the air. To those of you that are watching us live streaming right now on social media, we're not going anywhere. We're about to leave the radio. You're going to hear a little jingle, and then the show continues. So stick around right now. More with comedian Jesse Peyton right now. Follow him on X, Instagram, and of course, not on X. You're on Instagram and Bookface.
Yeah, I'm on the Bookface.
TalkTick.
Yeah, all of them.
Tuba Views.
Yes.
You're a YouTuber.
Every one of them. So if you're dyslexic, you really understood all of that.
Yeah. Quick break. We'll be right back.
You are listening to the Pursuit of Happiness Radio. Tell the government to kiss your ass when you listen to this show.
All right, we're back. Hi, everybody. Greetings. Yeah, wait, no, you're right. Jesse said we didn't go anywhere. He's correct. To the people watching us live streaming on social media, we certainly didn't go anywhere. You know, it's kind of weird. You've got the KPRC logo behind you right now. And then from my angle, the people can't see there's this ring light, and it looks like an Islamic thing when I look at it in the reflection here. I don't think the people...
Is the circle here?
There's a circle right there, but you can't see it on the camera. It's like you're Muslim Jesse. This is what Muslim Jesse looks like.
So Malakin bought a Lincoln.
There's a part of me that wants to take a picture of it so people could see what I mean. Hang on a minute here. Hold on. Let's take a photo and show it.
Heck yeah.
Look at this. Here, let me show it to the people live streaming here. Hold on. Look at that. Islamic Jesse.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, Jesse Payton.
Yes. So Malakin bought a Lincoln.
Jesse Payton, are you a fan of Groundhog's Day? Is that a thing that's on?
I'm indifferent. I don't think it's real.
It's almost Groundhog Day, and PETA wants to replace Punxsutawney Phil with a giant hologram, and they are dead serious about this. They're not even kidding. They think this is a really awesome idea. No more Punxsutawney Phil. I never really cared that much about Punxsutawney Phil, but now the thought of getting rid of him.
It does make me sad. I mean, I think we could keep him. We got rid of Rosie O'Donnell. They look similar.
Did you see that Ellen wants to come back now?
No.
Ellen left America for the same reason as Rosie did.
Right.
They're like, I don't want to live in Trump's America.
Yeah.
She went to Europe. Nobody liked her, and now she wants to come home.
Yeah. Hey, maybe it's you. Hey, I've traversed a whole hemisphere, and nobody likes me. Yeah. It's not the country. It's you.
Yeah. It's not my fault. It's the kids who are wrong.
Yes, right. Yes.
They're the ones that don't get it. Punxsutawney Phil replaced with, this is just a retarded idea. I think we can all agree. Animal rights. The PETA people aren't going to be happy with anything. They have in the past been offended by cartoon animals because cartoon animals are exploitative of animals. So if we replace Punxsutawney Phil with a hologram, it's just 3 or 4 years from now before they tell us that's triggering, right?
It's insane. These people, they blow my mind, Kenny.
How is it that we have to feel? I bet that groundhog has it great. What would that groundhog lived in the wild? He'd have been eaten by a wolf 10 years ago.
Yeah, and now you're force fed to be a compass for the seasons.
What's your favorite fake holiday of all that? Is it Halloween, Valentine? Obviously, it's Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
well, obviously we love that.
We love it. Yeah, it's coming up. No, celebrate that one. My favorite fake holiday is Father's Day, Kenny. Screw you, Pops.
What, Jesse, what do you get your dad for Father's Day last year?
A restraining order.
You are actually, people know you as being a guy that tells dirty jokes for a living, and also a guy who makes fun of political stuff, liberals and that sort of thing. But you do a pretty good job of making fun of your family as well. I too am from white trash. So.
I always say I'm an equal opportunity offender, Kenny. My jokes are rated E for everyone. And people say things like, oh, you can't make fun of the disenfranchised. I'm like, I'm disenfranchised. I was like, we're white trash. Grew up in a trailer park. My father put cigarette butts out on me, and I went to prison. Like, I can talk about anybody.
Yeah, go ahead. Absolutely. He's right. And he can even say the N-word. Ladies and gentlemen, Jesse Peyton.
No,
we're not going to do that, obviously.
No, absolutely. I got a rule about the N-word, Kenny. I never say the N-word if there's an N-word in the room.
He's talking about ninjas, the Japanese. That's what he means. We have this thing we do on the morning show sometimes. It's in very poor taste, obviously. I don't agree with the fact that we do this, but once in a while, when the show is going a little slow, we do this thing where we play this soundbite. If I could find it. This would be much funnier if I could find the soundbite. I can't. Coming up in a little bit, Donald Trump says the N-word. I'll find it in a little bit. It's not what you think it is. But probably the wrong time to move to that.
No, here's the thing, Kenny, and while we're on the subject, I never say the N-word. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's egregious. We know the history of it. And this is one thing that I agree with the other side about. Like, white people shouldn't say the N-word. And I hate when white people get upset about it because there's just one word you're not allowed to say. We only have one word we can't say. All the other words are back. We can't say the N-word. There's certain things black people can't say, like, I'd like to finance that. Like, no, you don't get to say that. Those are the rules. I didn't make them. Experian did. You're a cash buyer.
We don't agree with what he's saying here at KPRC AM9. We're against this. We don't endorse it unless it made you laugh. And then it is something to be said about, though, when you tell a racy joke, a joke about race at a comedy show, sometimes the white people get real uncomfortable, but there's always a few black people in the audience who think it's hilarious.
No, Kenny, and let me stop you right there, because here's what happens. White people and woke people get uncomfortable, and black people laugh hysterically.
Right.
Because they know it's a joke, and they're not oppressed, and they're not victimized like the way that the woke people try to virtue signal off of manufactured oppression. They laugh. When you make a white joke, I laugh. When you make a Trump joke, conservatives laugh.
Sure.
But when you make a joke on the liberal side, they lose their freaking mind. It's a liberal thing. It's not a racial thing. I promise you.
Lauren Michael of SNL was once asked why they make fun of conservatives so much on the show. And he said, because they can take a joke. It was not the answer people expected. He said, people on the right are actually better at laughing at themselves than liberals are. And it's not always true. Sometimes old conservatives, sometimes the baby boomer Republicans can't get a joke either.
You're right.
I posted this on social media not long ago. It's a picture of Maduro frozen in carbonite like Han Solo in The Empire Strikes Back, with Donald Trump sitting in front of it in the Oval Office. And the caption reads, "I can't believe Trump actually did this. He has no respect." There are thousands of people in the comment section accusing me of trying to trick people. This is AI. It's not real. How dare you? That's not funny. And I hate to be the one to point it out, but it's mostly Republicans in the comment section that don't seem to get the joke. One person asked if I was an idiot, and I asked if it was his first time on the internet. I mean, what else do you say to these people?
Hey, I'm going to be fair, Kenny, and there's dumb people on both sides. I mean, there's, it's wild. I can't comment, though, because I thought it was Saddam Hussein.
Here's a guy named Justin. So Miss Webster has respect for Maduro? How interesting. I said, yes, Trump really put Maduro in carbonite like Han Solo in Star Wars, had it displays on the walls of the Oval Office, and I'm upset about it. Is this your first time on the internet? He didn't reply. Anyway, I kind of,
I'd like to just say nuance is lost on you when it's the most simple thing in the world.
Isn't it like there's something to be said, though, about trolling people on social media?
It's my favorite.
When half of the people don't get it and half the people do, that might actually be the perfect formula.
It is the perfect formula, because then they start fighting in the comment section. I did a joke. Do you remember Bo Nix of the Broncos injured himself on the last play of the game 2 weeks ago?
Sure.
Okay. It was first thought.
Season-ending injury.
It was first thought that he injured his ankle while kneeling on the last play.
Okay.
Kneeling the ball out, which is called victory formation. And I made a joke that said Bo Nix injures himself while kneeling, which is the same injury that ended Colin Kaepernick's career, which for one is the perfect joke.
It is a great joke. I agree.
But people, then it was discovered that he injured his ankle on the play before, and people crucified me that it wasn't factually accurate. I'm like, so I would comment that I was like, hey, way to unpack and dissect the fact checking of the joke. I was like, hey, there was also a magician who did a card trick that wasn't real magic. Maybe you should go in his comment section and tell people that it wasn't real also. Good for you, buddy.
It does feel like, and this is obviously anecdotal, as a guy that works in political talk radio, I do political commentary for a living, I feel like sports people are meaner, which is weird because it doesn't matter at all. When I read the comment section of one of my friends down the hall at the sports station posted something, people in the comment, you idiot, you dumb moron, retard, you queer, whatever it mean, they're like, how dare you suggest Tom Brady is better than Aaron Rodgers? It's like, dude, there's no way this matters enough to get you that mad.
It's so funny. The fandom is ridiculous.
Because people, I think what we talk about on political radio, it actually matters. Like, it actually, It actually matters.
It
What
does.
happens with taxes and property laws and
Right.
that it matters. And people don't get that impassioned
Well, you're not
about it.
okay. In fairness, Kenny, you're my best friend. I love you to death.
One of my best.
But you're
certainly,
not.
love you.
You're not a sports guy.
I'm not.
You're not.
I
So
watch at the end
I
of the
am a
season.
sports guy. I have tattoos on my body from sports teams that I follow, the Houston Astros, and I'm a Texans fan, a Rockets fan. People do get passionate about it. So it doesn't matter economically or fiscally or globally, but it matters to those people. That's a big deal. I cried when the Astros won the World Series. You know, it was a big deal for me. So I get the passion, but people lash out at all of these things.
Did the Astros cry when you signed your first deal with your talent scout?
No, they don't care about me. But Trump doesn't care about you either, Kenny.
No, he doesn't.
No, he
no.
might. No, he might though. He might.
I don't cry if I vote for a politician and they win. I'm happy.
Charlie Kirk cried when Trump won. That was very moving.
Okay, but Charlie Kirk knew Trump. They were buddies.
Fair enough. No, that's true.
It's a little different.
Right?
It's a
Yeah.
little. They're friends with each other.
No.
I cried when Charlie Kirk got murdered. I thought that was sad.
I cried tears of joy, Kenny, when you had your first good set in comedy. I was there.
Thank you.
But it's not the set you think, Kenny. You think it was the first couple. It was like the 39th set. It was so good to see you finally do good, Kenny.
Thank you.
I was proud. I felt like my son hit his first home run in Little League baseball, but it wasn't Little League. You were like a senior on JV, Kenny.
Have you ever? You know what I had to do last weekend?
What'd you do?
The hardest comedy show is when you're not in a comedy venue.
Of course.
I did a thing last summer where I was telling jokes with the governor of Louisiana in front of a room full of oil company executives, millionaires and billionaires. I'm easily the poorest guy in the room, and it's not even close.
Yeah.
Nobody's laughing at all. And at the end of the event, I get a very large check for about
It's a weird feeling.
For about 20 minutes worth of work. I'm there like, you were, and they come over, they're like, you were awesome. I was like, I feel like it wasn't that good. They're like, no, it was great. You brought great energy to the whole thing.
Right.
I kind of had a similar experience last Saturday night. It was a Trump-Reagan dinner. I wrote some jokes. I thought they were very funny. I thought my delivery was great. It's a big room, spread out. A lot of people aren't even facing me. They're sitting at a dinner table facing other people, eating Caesar salad and buttering their bread and whatnot. I'm telling jokes. I can barely hear them if they're laughing. I get done. I did not think it was my best performance. I go over to the young woman I brought as a date. She's like, that was great. You crushed it. At the end of the night, the organizers couldn't have been nicer to me. They were like, that was great. Great energy for the event. You made it really fun for us. And I always feel like those are the worst events, right?
They are.
Meanwhile, I mean, it was great. It was a great event for patriotism and liberty and that sort of thing. But as far as my comedy performance goes, whatever. Meanwhile, you and I could go do a show for 30 people. Everyone's in stitches. They can't breathe. We make a mediocre amount of money, but like everyone walks out of the room like hyperventilating.
Right. And that's what comedy is, Kenny. And what you do is you go in a room where it's really spaced out. You don't get the feedback. Sometimes somebody's biggest laugh may just be, huh, and that may have been the funniest joke they've ever heard. I compare it to this. When you're watching a Netflix comedy special in your living room or a reel on your phone, and you see a comic that makes you laugh, your biggest laugh may be, and then you share it. However, when you're in a comedy club packed in tight like sardines with other people and a comic kills, your laughter is uproarious. So it's different relative to the situation. I've had several situations just like you're in where it's like, man, I'm bombing. And then after the show, they're lined up like, man, you were amazing. And you were like, well, you could have laughed. That would have helped me out a lot.
Years ago, when Jesse and I first became friends, I put him in charge of Operation Comedy Therapy. It's our charity comedy show we do every year. Hundreds of people go. We've raised tens of thousands, over $100,000 one year. A lot of money for disabled military veterans. A great cause. But one of the first years that we did it, we went to the PTSD Foundation before we went to go do the show for the radio listeners. The PTSD Foundation is a place called Camp Hope. These are guys that are they're in recovery. They have serious, mental health consequences from being in the military. It's a very sad story. They're great guys, heroes, some of the best men I've ever met in my life, better people than Jesse and I. And Jesse and I are telling jokes to them, and they are looking at us like we are their parents, giving them instructions on what not to do this weekend while we're out of town. I thought we bombed horribly. And at the end of the event, we get and every one of these guys walks up and is like, man, I haven't had that much fun in years. That's the most fun. I was like, I did not think you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah.
They were stoic. That's
Yes.
the only way I could describe it.
Yeah, that was during your set, Kenny. They loved me. I felt it. I felt like I killed the second I walked up there, Kenny. They loved it. No,
you did.
It is like no. There are times where it's like that. I did Grooves of Houston. It was an all black room. The whole audience was a black audience. I had a great set, but they were eating dinner while I was on stage. And after the show, I had a line of 40 or 50 people waiting to meet me, get photos and autographs, talk about how well I did. But during my set, there was just no big laughs. It's wild. It's a wild.
Sometimes you think it's going poorly and the audience doesn't. This portion of the podcast is mostly just for Jesse and I to analyze stand-up comedy to those of you that aren't understanding. Like, I thought this was about politics. What are they doing? I was going to play this video before, but then Jesse told a joke that made me feel it was the wrong time. It was just a coincidence if you saw this image flash.
Speaking of racism, here's Jasmine Crockett.
Well, this is, yes, absolutely. This woman wants to be the senator of Texas. In a video recently went viral of Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett proclaiming that Texas is a racist state. So racist that she had to sue Texas for being so racist. By the way, she was born in Missouri, St. Louis, I think, not even from Texas. Here is Jasmine Crockett making a different point, although equally as racially charged.
They not even going, honestly, they're about to outlaw the idea of white supremacy and white hate. Like, they are about to be like, oh, that's not a thing. Forget the fact that you're talking about getting rid of like the classification for nooses in a time in which we have seen these random black bodies be strung up down south. Also, seemingly at a time in which you're back in office, because what you do is you embolden the hate. You embolden everybody to take off their hoods. That is what he has done.
All right, I'm going to pause it right here because I know this might be confusing to some people. As was explained here in the tweet from at @NWokeness, Jasmine Crockett is saying whites are now going around randomly lynching blacks in Trump's America. I cannot find an example of this taking place, and I really looked. I mean, I was looking. Is this going on out where you live in Katy, Texas? Is that a thing?
Yeah, no.
There's not a lot of lynching in Katy these days.
No, we like Wesley Hunt. We're
Yeah, you guys elected a black congressman. That's true.
Jesus Christ.
And now he's running for Senate.
Wild.
Yeah.
Lynchings, huh?
I
feel like the woke mob just screams the most inflammatory, egregious word that they can think of, whether it's pedophile, racist, lynching, and they just use these inflammatory words when they have no argument and they can't win.
Well, that's got to be it, right? I mean, there's no other explanation. All right, let's take a look at this real quick. While we're talking about inflammatory accusations, a lot of people on the left have been making fun of Trump because of the paperclip moment. I didn't know what it was. You came in and asked me about it, so we pulled up this video. Liberals think Donald Trump might have dementia because of this clip.
The book on accomplishments. And this is something, I'm glad my finger wasn't in that sucker. That could have done some damage, but you know what? I wouldn't have shown the pain. I would have gone back. Boy, did you hear that? That was nasty. But I would not have shown the pain. I would have acted like nothing happened as my finger fell off. That was nasty. I think somebody did that.
All right.
I think it was him.
So that's it. Donald Trump had a paperclip snap in his hand while he was playing with it.
And he makes a sidebar funny joke that actually had a punchline, and now he's losing his mind.
If you don't like Trump because of this, I gotta wonder, how did you put up with Biden?
Let me quote Joe Biden. And cream.
Let's let me quote Joe Biden. I'm gonna get into trouble here. Jesse, we were gonna play this clip today from the Love Your Period campaign ambassador, Athika Ahmed. But let's just skip that and talk about couples therapy real quick.
Let's do that because she could use it too.
She seems lovely. Jesse, another Jesse that I'm friends with, Jesse Peyton, had a great take on this clip for those of you watching on social media.
Jesse Kelly.
Jesse Kelly, you're Jesse Peyton. So I've done that before.
Yeah.
I called him Jesse Peyton. I've called you Jesse Kelly before.
It's all right.
Does that make you feel better? That
your name is Kenny Webster, and sometimes I pronounce it POS.
Oh, no.
So.
Fair point. Jesse Kelly, for those of you listening to the audio version of this podcast and not seeing what we're looking at, It's a morbidly obese Muslim woman named Athika Ahmed, and it says, "Love Your Period campaign ambassador." And she's talking about how we don't do enough in public schools to teach people about menstruation. Not my experience in public schools. I feel like I got enough menstruation education. Jesse Kelly's take on it is we should probably lend him a hand after everything he did to help Luke Skywalker and his friends in Endor. I'm going to go ahead and give that a retweet because it's pretty funny.
Good job, JK.
That is pretty good. Hey, but before we get out of here, Jesse Peyton is hosting a comedy show, Spring, Texas, February 14th. It's called Couples Therapy, relationship-themed comedy show hosted by Jesse Peyton, February 14th at the Community Fieldhouse in Spring. What is that? I never heard of that place.
It's a big, well, we needed a big venue, Kenny, because this is going to be the biggest event going on in Houston, Texas on Valentine's Day this year on the north side of Houston. Community Fieldhouse is an indoor volleyball court soccer field that we're overtaking the entire venue, and we're seating it out for this show specifically. We expect, 1,000+ people coming out for this show. Kenny Webster is going to be co-hosting it. It's a relationship comedy show that me and Kenny do. We've done it all over the country last year. We're bringing it home right here on Valentine's Day. It's the perfect night for Valentine's Day special. We're going to be doing live music with Jeff Canada, a DJ and dancing after the show, and a special guest, seriously, Melissa is going to be on it. And it's a perfect night for you and your loved one to come celebrate Valentine's Day. We're doing a $59 ticket, and that includes dinner, comedy, live music, the whole nine from 6 to 2 a.m. So you get the whole night for $59. That includes dinner, drinks sold separately, full bar wide open. Y'all, this is going to be the place to be. I promise you, February 15th, it's going to be the talk of the town for those who missed it. Make sure you come out on the 14th and come see us. Tickets are available at jesseisfunny.com or any of my social media or Kenny stuff too. It's all over the place. You do not want to miss it, guys. It's going to be a fun night.
And seriously, Melissa, she's going to be there?
She's going to be performing as well.
Can we get a clip real quick of one of the other comics
Hey,
here?
y'all know I look different than y'all. And they're like, you do. We're so glad you're here. Can we get a picture of you? I think I'm like a before picture of every class I go to. It's so rude. So rude. Can we get a picture of you so we can see your changes? Sure. $20. I make money on it now. I hustle it. You want to see a before picture? I'll take some Spanx off in a minute. $25. Let it all.
She seems pretty funny to me.
She's hilarious.
Yeah.
Women love her too, man. She's very relatable. She's down to earth, and she's a clean comic, unlike me and you, Kenny.
Yeah, I've not met that in a while. There are clean comedians, Jesse Peyton?
Absolutely. I'm a dirty, raunchy one, Kenny.
I am Kenny Webster. This is my friend Jesse Peyton. Follow him on social media. He's available almost everywhere you look, except for X. He doesn't use X for some reason. You don't use the most uncensored social media platform, and you're the filthiest guy on all the
I treat
censored
social
ones.
media the way I treat the gym. I only work on the stuff I'm already strong at.
Makes perfect sense. All right, I'm Kenny Webster. Have a great afternoon. Share this video if you don't mind. We'll be back bright and early tomorrow morning for more of what you bought a radio for.
You are listening to the Pursuit of Happiness Radio. Tell the government to kiss your ass when you live.